I'm going to show you how simple it is to make a card like this. I call it like a zigzag card. This one I've done with the blue whales, well, a blue whale anyway, and the card does open up like this. So you've got one that stands like that, a bit difficult to show you, but you can see. But the great thing about this card is that it is two-sided, so no matter which way you have the card, it's going to look really, really good. Now the first thing you need to do is print out the papers that you're going to use. Now this is the actual card. Now if you have difficulty printing onto a thickness of card, you can print onto simpler, thinner card paper. This is 160, but I've done 120 as well. So print out 2 of those and they're going to stick back to back. You're also going to need to print out the blue whales. Now I'm only going to use 4 of these, so you've got enough to make 2 cards if you want to, but you need to also print out the mirror version as well, because they will go back to back like this one here. As you can see, it's on double-sided there, so I'm going to be using both sides. So you need to print this one out and the mirror image as well. Now I've got my background sheets here. I've got one here and I've got the next one here, and all I'm going to do is stick these 2 together. You can use whichever glue you want. I quite like this one, the 3-in-1 one. 3-in-1 one. Anyway, I'm just going to roughly stick this together like that. Put the top back on my glue. I'm going to trim the edges off these, but I'm going to try and stick it down as accurately as possible. So it's going to go there, and then stick that down. If you want, you can leave that for a short while. And the next thing we're going to do is trim off all of the white borders. So I've got my metal ruler here, and I'm just going to cut the edges off. So there you can see I've cut all the edges off, and it's the same design both sides. Now what we're going to do is zigzag this. So what I'm going to do is just put them together there and just press down here gently, like so. And then I'm going to take my boning tool and I'm just going to apply pressure there to fold that in half. So technically that's an A5 card. And then what I'm going to do is open it up and then take one side and put it up to the crease, like so, and then press that down gently. Try not to move it, and then crease that edge. Crease that edge. And then I'm going to do exactly the same with the opposite side. I'm just going to hold that down, put that up to the middle there, make sure it's in the right position, just fold that down, and again just crease it. And if you want a card like that, well then you've got one like that. But what we're going to do is, that's going to be the front. So the next crease I'm going to fold back on itself. So it's like that. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So that's where you want to get up to. If you want to, you can give it a little extra pressure to keep it nice and firmly folded. So get to that stage and then I'll show you what to do next. Now you're going to create 2 cards out of this, and what I've done, I folded it so it actually gives you like the M shape. So it's like that. Let's think of the letter M. So what we're going to do is cut out, and because it's a C kind of background I want it to be, I'm going to make it a bit wavy. So the first bit here is going to be quite short. So I'm just going to cut it into a kind of just a little rounded bit like that, and just cut up to the crease. And then at the crease you cut up another rounded one, but make it higher. So I'm going to go around there like so, up to the crease. So that's that bit, and then finally I have the next piece here, just check that's right, and that can cut out again, going a little bit higher, so I'm creating another kind of curved effect up to the crease. And then I'm taking the last one, and again I'm going shorter down here, making it quite a short one, and I'm just cutting a curve. So technically you should have 2 cards in now that you can use. So there's the first one, that's going to be the back, the 2 middles and the front. I'm happy with that card. I just need to stick that down a little bit better, which I'll do in a second. You can always titivate later, and if you want to you can give an extra press with the boning tool. But then you've got this side as well, where that folds over there, that folds over there. Again, I've obviously not stuck it down perfect, so let's fold that over. You can soon correct it. That goes back over there. And then you've got another card that goes that way. So out of that you've got 2 cards. Next thing I'm going to do is stick the whales together. So I've got that main image and I've got the mirror image as well. Now if you turn one of them over and put them back to back, if you printed them at the same time on the same printer, well, they should go perfectly back to back. But if you really want to check it, just put a little light source underneath with a light box, or even putting the light on your camera and just holding it over the top. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do the 4. Now the bottom parts of these whales are going to slip over the card, so really I just want to glue the top parts. Now I can do that roughly now. So I've got an idea where they are, and I can just do a squiggle of glue like that, and then you can just put another squiggle of glue where the other 2 are, and that can stick down there like so. Just let that dry for a few minutes. You could obviously glue the whole sheet if you're going to be using them all, but I say I'm only going to be using 4 at the moment. So what I do is I just basically cut them out, the 4 that I'm going to use. Like that. And then I generally cut them into 4. Roughly, you don't have to be too precise at this point. And you can see they're back to back perfectly there. And then all you have to do is just cut them out. Now when I cut them out, I'm going to leave a white border going around the whale, but you can go right up to the whale if you want to. But I just find if you leave a white border around, especially if you're going to stick it onto another coloured background, it helps it stand out. And now you can see I've cut them all out. Now I'm just going to put these on here Now I'm putting them on the way that I want it to go. So this is the bottom here I'm showing you. There's my card, and all I'm going to do is make sure when you put them out you can open it up at the bottom there. And now I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on, and it's just a matter now of sticking them all on. So a little bit of glue both sides, and then that can position onto there where you want it. And the next one, just a little bit of glue. You can see how that's coming together, and I've got a final one going on the top. There you go, and I've got my finished card then, and it opens up like that. And because you've got them stuck down, don't forget you can put them at any angle you want. You've got a card that works both ways. And here's the other card, the other side that I've done. So you can see I can make two cards out of one. You can see on this one I've got the whales going in different directions, but it's entirely up to you which way you want to use them. So there's my two whale cards, and they're so simple and easy to make.